my name is Sloan and welcome to my YouTube channel. So today I am starting a week-long video of plant activities and mostly plant chores. So I'm going to take you along for a week and just kind of show you all of the planty things that I do, and we're starting out with a fun one. So I have been growing eucalyptus in my garden with the idea that I could use it as a eucalyptus bundle in my shower, which I've never done. It's always seemed like a waste of money to buy for some reason, but like growing it in my garden seemed fun. So I don't know, I'll probably love it and then be like, this is totally worth the money. But I'm gonna go out to my garden right now and cut some eucalyptus. We're gonna turn it into a bundle and hang it up in the shower, and yeah, that's the plan. And it's Friday night. This might be the only thing that I do tonight because right now my fiance, I got engaged. Is kind of new news, but my ring, my real ring, is getting resized. I should have filmed a video before this, so this is like a silicone band. But anyway, he's picking up burritos, and then we're gonna go watch Big Brother because we're like 2 episodes behind. So this might be the only thing I do tonight, but if it is, I'll catch up with you tomorrow. But let's go out to the garden. I've never shown you guys my garden, so this will be fun. I went all the way outside and then realized that I forgot anything to cut the eucalyptus with. Okay, let's try again. So just to give you a little garden tour, I have tomato plants over there. I can't get them to stay up. They're always falling over. I have flowers in the middle. There's my eucalyptus. I read a ton of books on native, or like not native planting, like beneficial companion planting, and like different flowers that are really good to have as companion plants that attract beneficial insects and stuff like that. And so like zinnias are supposed to be really good. Chamomile is supposed to be good. I think that's chamomile, but I also think this is chamomile, and they look very different, so I don't really know. But you know, I have basil, marigold. I have a bunch of peppers over there, banana peppers, a bunch of jalapeno peppers. Okra is a new one. My fiance really likes to make gumbo and wanted okra. Nasturtium is up there, and that's really good, a good companion plant. And then I think this is a tomatillo, but it might be a weed. Anyway, we're here for the eucalyptus, so let's get cutting. This is a solid angle. I really don't know what I'm doing for this. It smells good. It smells like it'll be nice. There we go. I just chopped a little handful. Let's go back inside and tie it up. By the way, this is absolutely disgusting, but if you wanted to see aphids, oh no, I can't get it to, there you go. Look at how gross those are. This is on this like viney weed that I hate, and it's always covered in aphids, and it just grows really fast. I think it's technically milkweed, which means, yeah, see these like flowers? So it's supposed to be good for monarchs, but I only ever see aphids on it. It's so gross. I was really good about, oh, there's a bee on it right now, so that's good. But I was really good about pulling it out for a while and then slacked. And then now it's covered in aphids, and I don't want to touch it because it's disgusting. I don't know. Okay, back to the eucalyptus. Here's my bundle of eucalyptus, and I have some twine, and I'm just gonna like tie it all together, and then we're gonna tie it to my shower head, and I think that's all we should really need. And then it's supposed to smell good in the shower, I guess. So there's my little bundle. It's kind of cute. It's little. It's not like the biggest bundle I've ever seen. We'll just snip. We're just gonna do it like this. Okay. That's cute. I think that's cute. If this works, I highly recommend adding eucalyptus to your garden, but we will see. I like the way eucalyptus smells, like in candles and stuff, so it should be good. Oh my gosh. Just, this is cute. Even if it doesn't work that well. Look how cute that is. Okay, I'm standing on the edge of the bathtub. This might be dangerous. So, okay, this smells like a Hobby Lobby. Does that make sense? Does Hobby Lobby smell like eucalyptus? Is it the twine? It might be the twine. I don't know. I don't know if it becomes more fragrant like when you shower. I don't know why people do this. But apparently you're supposed to hang it like near the stream of water, but not so it gets hit by this stream. I don't know. I feel like standing up here is a little dangerous. Probably there is good. Does that look stupid? It doesn't really matter. It's my bathroom. Well, at the very least, that's a shower upgrade. That looks fancy. Let me show you up close. So here it is. I don't know. That looks fine. Let me turn the shower on. Look at that. So relaxing, like a spa. I usually shower at night, and I will definitely shower tonight because I have to go for a run tonight. So I will update you guys if it does anything. I don't know what to expect, but you know, if it starts to smell good or whatever, I will update you guys probably tomorrow because I think that's all for today. But tomorrow I am going to another plant dealer plant trade event. So I've got to get plants prepped for that. There's 3 or 4 that I'm taking to trade this time that I need to pot up or repot, and then I'll get some footage there. But even like beyond that, I have a bunch of random chores I need to do. I need to make some moss poles, plants to repot. I have some leaves to clean. I need to switch out the poles with one of my plants. I need to like cut off a lot of dead leaves. So I've got a long list of just random things to do. Obviously watering, always watering plants. If you have a lot of plants, you know what that's like. But for now, I am going to eat this burrito that Brian's bringing home, and I will catch up with you guys tomorrow. Hello everyone. So I'm about to go into this plant trading event. I wanted to show you the plants that I'm trading. So number 1 is this philodendron Birkin that I actually got at my very first ever plant trade, and it's just not bringing me joy. So we are going to trade it for something. So, and then other than that, my other plants are kind of boring. Neon pothos and golden pothos. So yeah, that's it. And even if I don't trade them for anything, there's just a table, I can just leave them there. Someone who wants them can take them. None of those plants are bringing me joy. So yeah, let's go inside. Hello, so it's another day, but I wanted to show you all of the plants that I traded for at the plant trade event. And I actually won a giveaway, so I can show you what I won in the giveaway too. And I spent $5 while I was there. So you're gonna look at all the plants that at least I look at them, and I'm like, that's a lot for $5. When in reality, only one of them was $5. But one of the plants I traded for was a philodendron burl marks. So I say that kind of laughing because I killed 2 burl marks cuttings so far. So I actually got a burl marks cutting at my last plant dealer event, and it rotted after I transferred it to soil. And prior to that, I've had them rot like just while in water. Maybe they don't like being in water. I don't know, but we're trying again. And then the other couple of plants that I traded for, I have these Hoya, just plain Hoya carnosa cuttings. So I need to put these in something clearly, but actually I could do that right now and just plop them in with the burl marks probably. But hopefully these will do well. This was definitely one that, like, in hindsight, you know, plant trade event, there was just like a trade table, and did I need this plant? No. So it was just one of those that I was there and I was like, well, this is of the plants, this one is the one that I like, so let's get it. And I feel like I probably could have just been like, only take the plants that I really want. I don't need to just get 3 because I brought 3, but it's fine. I can just trade it again if I don't like it. But yeah, I can't say that like the Hoya carnosa is like making me crazy. And then the last plant that I traded for is this cactus, which unfortunately fell out of its pot in transit. But I've wanted one of these for a really long time. I actually would really want a variegated one, but I quite like this version. I think it's a bunny ear cactus is what it's called. So I'm excited about this. It has hardly any roots and I really need to pot it back up. But cacti I just spilled dirt everywhere and I just cleaned the floor. Anyway, cacti can do without water, so I'm not like too worried about it just sitting there. Maybe I should be. And then my giveaway, oh wait, no. So $5 that I spent. So basically the giveaway there worked where if you spent, you get like a ticket for everything you bought at the event. So all I bought was this $5 Hoya Crimson Princess cutting, which is in water now. It was rooting in moss prior. The giveaway that I won is in this cute little box, and the company is My Crafty Soul. And I'll show you, it's a planty giveaway, but it came with these little rocks. I think these might be magnets or something. Oh, they are magnets. That's fun. I'm excited. Now they're stuck together. But the planty aspect is 2 air plants. So this one in this little basket that is magnetic, and I've never had air plants and I've kind of wanted to try them out. So I'm excited to give them a try, and to give them a try for free is fun, of course. And then this little hanger that has an air plant in it as well. That's what it looks like. So pretty fun day, pretty fun giveaway if I do say so myself. Hey guys, good morning. It's another day, and today we're gonna like dive a little further into like the real plant chores. I haven't been doing a lot of plant chores in this video yet, but we are going to do what is probably like definitely in my top 2, maybe tied for number 1 most procrastinated plant chore. Don't really know why this is because it's not that much work, but I'm really bad about cutting off just dead leaves that look like hot garbage. So that is what we are doing. We're gonna literally go around my house and like cut off all the dead leaves. Like it's that simple. But first we have this alocasia. So alocasia, little fun fact about alocasia for me is that I am so sick of how floppy they are, and how often they have dead leaves, and I can't stand it. And I'm annoyed about it, so I'm not letting myself buy more alocasia. Anyway, first plant. So this one is getting a lot of yellow leaves. Actually, I don't think it has pests. I mean, they're all like the bottom leaves. I could just be not watering it enough or something. Really hard to tell when you have a massive plank, you know? Like if you go by weight, the plank makes it kind of heavy. It might need watered, but we are going to just cut off some of the yellowing leaves. I think it's attached on this side. Yeah. Sweet. Yeah, it's like adhered to the plank. So I actually don't even need this. But I do need it for, I'll show you, one plant on the other side still needs to be attached, unfortunately. So I'm gonna let that flop for now, but I'm gonna have to attach it. Look how cool this is, that it's just stuck to the plank. This is my only plant on a plank. It works quite well. I would have way more plants on planks if I had more planks. That's really the thing keeping me, like, it's so cool. Let me lift it up for you. Yeah, you can see it's completely stuck. That's an aerial root. They're really long right there. So cool. So I'm gonna flip this over. So there's 4 plants in here and I planted them on both sides. And let me see, I don't think this is, oh, there's a massive root coming out of the bottom. Look at that. So, I mean, there isn't a ton of room in here. Like there's not a lot of dirt in here. So honestly, I might need to up pot this. I just potted it in here a couple months ago, but they've grown a lot. I realized that like some plants you really can't leave, in a pot for that long. Like some plants it's years, and some plants you really need to do it more. I'll add that one to my list of plants to water today, but I think it looks pretty good. My Syngonium Pink Splash needs this really badly. I have very much neglected to cut off all the dead leaves. Yeah, that already looks better. I'm a little worried this is too low light of a situation, but look how beautiful this one is. It's a little dark in here, but what a beautiful leaf. So pretty. Welcome to my kitchen. It's very sunny right now, but I just watered this bird of paradise. It's doing so much better since I repotted it recently, but it did lose one leaf, so I'm gonna give that a shot. And then I really need to use this sink for other plants. For a lot of my other plants I'm gonna clean up, so I'm gonna move this. Drain. This is what I always do for pots that have drainage at the bottom. It's kind of heavy. Like a built-in tray, you know? I'm gonna go grab some more plants. So I'm gonna leave this one here so you can really see it. This is one of my kokedama balls, and it's got a lot of dead leaves. Ooh, this one, that looks really bad. Part of that was alive. I underwatered it for too long. I know that that's what that was, but at least I still have some plants in here that are still kicking, but yeah, that looks better. Here we have my green Maranta. It looks like hot garbage. It's never really looked good. I have honestly thought about just buying a new one and like trying to fill out the pot because this one looks so bad. This leaf was the leaf that it came with, and I've had it for like a year, maybe? And yeah, it just never grows for me. I did maybe put it in too big of a pot, and I maybe underwater it a little, but I don't know if that is what is going on. Doesn't look like it has spider mites. It is dusty. So that's my other chore that I procrastinate, is like dusting leaves, cleaning leaves. So I definitely need to do more of that. Yeah, oh my gosh, this looks so bad. I had a new little leaf coming in back there and now it's dead. Well, it doesn't look great still. Oh my gosh, it looks so bad, but at least there's less dead crap everywhere. Here's my Stromanthe Trio Star. It has had spider mites fairly recently and looks like hot garbage. So we're going to attempt to fix that. It's also thirsty, so there is that. All my plants are gonna look so much better after today, like for the simple fact that all the dead crap is gonna be gone. It does a lot for a plant, but man, this poor plant, she has been through it. It had way more leaves when I bought it. So this is my variegated peace lily, and it's been doing really well since I repotted it. It really needed repotted, but it has a lot of like flowers that just look like hot garbage, so we're gonna cut those off. And then now it's not flowering. I've realized that, at least in my experience, I've not looked this up, but in my experience, this particular peace lily definitely only flowers when it's stressed out. It flowered when it was horribly root bound, and it hasn't flowered since. Look how pretty this one is. I don't know how well you can see that, but it's like got the stripe in the middle of white. I also didn't realize that peace lily flowers actually smell good. I've heard that people don't like peace lilies because they think the flowers are ugly, or I guess they do have kind of like a sad connotation because they're often at funerals, but the flowers actually smell good. So like you can have a plant that flowers like fairly easily and they smell good. So I think it's a great plant. I think everybody should have a peace lily. This is my Syngonium angustatum, and I neglect this one to high heaven. I actually have not been really loving this one lately. I thought about taking it to the trade, but I didn't, and now it's still here. What I really should probably do is put it in a different pot and see if that makes me like it more. But yeah, it has never really grown much because I never water it, so my bad. So speaking of this plant needing watered, I actually thought this could be a really good time to like show you guys my watering routine, which I have down pat. It's been working very well for me. So I'm all the way over here, but basically what I've been doing is I've been taking whatever fertilizer that I'm using. Right now it's this fish fertilizer, which is stinky, I gotta say. But I did this with Super Thrive as well until I ran out. And instead of like mixing it properly, I just take it and I take my watering can and I do like a little drop. I don't know, I'll turn it like this so you can see. Like that. I don't measure it because here's the thing with fertilizing is that I won't do it if it's a lot of work. So this is easier than like actually measuring it. And then I fill up these jugs, like lemonade or whatever, and I let them sit out overnight. And basically the reason for that, or I let them sit out for 24 hours. And basically the reason for that is because as it evaporates, it's supposed to get rid of like things that plants don't like. So it becomes kind of like distilled water, but not quite, if that makes sense. And so then I just dump this water in, and the process of it dumping in kind of mixes the fertilizer together. And then to get rid of fungus gnats, I need to make a video on this, but all of my plants are now treated with systemic insecticide, which I was generally trying to avoid, but it's like the only thing that was getting rid of my fungus gnats for me. And then I spray my plants like every watering, at least the soil, with this Perfect Plantista. Gosh, the lighting. There we go. It's not great, but with Perfect Plantista houseplant insecticide, I love this stuff so much. It smells good. It kills fungus gnats, everything. So like I want this mixed all up in the soil, you know? But it's mixed, it's neem oil, cinnamon bark oil, and peppermint oil. And it's fantastic. I have a code if you're interested. It smells so great. It smells like Christmas. I'm like really impressed with it. This is my last bottle. I think I've been through like 6 bottles of this. So I need to get more, but it's great. But so basically I spray at least, you know, all of the soil. Sometimes I spray, you know, the leaves as well, just depending on the plant. I try not to, I just realized you can't see any of that because of the watering can, but I spray the soil and the leaves of the plant. And then I water it in. So basically I'm watering in the houseplant insecticide, I'm fertilizing, and I fertilize every single time now. And so then what you want to make sure to do with this particular plant, it wasn't a problem, but if you got any of your fertilizer water on the leaves, this is really important. You want to rinse that off. So I would take my sink and get like just a soft spray, and I would like, you know, spritz the leaves and like maybe rinse a little. It wasn't really a huge problem for this plant, but you want to do that because if you don't, your leaves can get fertilizer burn. And I actually didn't know this. I thought when people said fertilizer burn, it was from like over fertilizing, as in like you mixed too much fertilizer in your mixture. But what happened to me with my Philodendron Splendid is that I got like the leaves that were established got damaged all of a sudden. And I think it was because I was like watering the moss pool that it's in, and I got, you know, my fertilizer water on the leaves and I didn't rinse it off. And so then it burned into the leaf. So you want to avoid that. But other than that, that's my process. It's been working incredibly well for me. I used to water check all of my plants twice a week. So it was like Sundays and Thursdays or something like that. That stopped working for me when I got busy, and I was busy even when that was happening, but it stopped working for me. And instead, now I just water my plants when they need it, and I've been pretty good about it. And yeah, that's it. Back to chopping off dead leaves. This is my goldfish plant. I got it in February 2020, right before the world shut down. This is actually the back of my goldfish plant, so it looks much better from the front. But I repotted it a couple of months ago, and it is doing so much better than it was. And my only issue with it now is there's just a lot of sticks. So that's, you know, just woody sticks stuck in here from back when it was not doing as well. So I'd like to chop some of those. There's a lot, so it would take me a really long time to get rid of all of these. But when I picked up this plant, I had goldfish crackers in my pocket and it was flowering. It hasn't flowered for me in a long time, but I had goldfish crackers in my pocket and it was a goldfish plant and the flowers looked like goldfish crackers and it was just perfect. It was meant to be. I had to pick it up for that reason. I was shopping for my boyfriend at the time, now fiance, for a Valentine's Day present for him because I used to get him a plant for Valentine's Day. Now I don't because it would be like buying a present for myself. Although we kind of tag teamed a plant this year. It was a Syngonium pink splash, so it was fun because it was even pink. So that was kind of like a plant Valentine's Day present, but for the most part, it's like I would be buying a gift for myself, so there's no point. Okay, that's at least one side. This one's gonna take a while. So let's kind of turn it, see what we're working with. So this is what it looks like from like up on a shelf. It looks crazier than I anticipated. I swear it looks really good from on top of the shelf. I promise. It looks a little nuts right now. The stems on it get really woody over time, but you know, kind of start out more flexible. Oh my gosh, there's so many just freaking dead stems in here. Man, when I remember I gave this plant, like I cut it all back because I was trying to get it to flower, and I read somewhere that, you know, in order to try and get them to flower, you can prune them to encourage it. So I tried that, and I didn't know how to propagate it at the time. I didn't know a lot about propagations, and I cut off a ton of leaves, and I just threw them away. Like, what a waste. I don't know, like obviously you don't have to propagate your plants, but I could have turned those into more plants. I could have like filled up the pot. I could have given them away to people. No, just threw them away. In hindsight, it's kind of funny to look back on, but I think I remember I Googled how to propagate a goldfish plant, like after I did it, like after I had thrown everything away and like time had passed. Why did I even do that to myself? I could have Googled it earlier, but yeah, they propagate super easily in water. I've done it a few times now, and yeah, it's really easy. I'm really hoping it blooms. Other things that I'm trying to do to get it to bloom, or that I have tried, is I put a grow light right above it, so it was getting like direct light down, but then the grow light kind of partially broke. I actually need to take it down and like try and figure out what's wrong with it. So now it's no longer getting that, but it does sit next to a south window, like kind of up above it, so it's not like the best situation. It's not getting, you know, the most light, but it's doing much better since I repotted it. I try to fertilize this one, like be pretty good about fertilizing it, because you want to make sure that it has the nutrients it needs in order to flower, you know? So I try to be really good about that, and the dirt that it's in has a lot of worm castings and fish gunk and stuff that should help it, and that's kind of what I do. I don't know. If you have any tips for getting these to flower, let me know. I think we'll be done with that little haircut. Another little thing about goldfish plants is that if you miss a watering, like so many leaves drop, and it sits above my toilet in my bathroom. So when leaves drop, it makes a huge mess, but I think it looks pretty good. All right, we are now gonna work on my Monstera Adansonii, which has outgrown this moss pool. There's the tallest one. So we're gonna put this new. So I ran out of storage, but this is actually easier anyway. And also now we're outside because this is easier to do outside. I don't think I've ever really filmed outside, so welcome. But anyway, this had a moss pool Now it does not, and we are going to put a taller one on it, clean it up, you know, all that good stuff. This moss pole also stacks, which is a big plus, and I think I'm gonna put some more dirt in here. I actually do kind of wonder if this is root bound. Maybe I should check before I do all this work. I can't imagine it would be, oh, it's so heavy. Not seeing anything. It was extremely root bound before I put it, oh my gosh, before I put it in this pot. I think it's going to appreciate just like a sprinkling of new soil. I'm really hoping I can get this to actually stand straight up and not like lean. Hey, seems pretty good. I think that's gonna do the job. What a tangled mess. Okay, this is the tall one. Look, it's too tall for the pole as is. Oh my gosh. Okay, do I do this? You can't even see what I'm doing, but... Oh, it doesn't fit. Frick. It's because it's dirty. Okay. Woo! Made a big mess. You know what? Why not? Just make this massive. Can I even fit this in the doorway? It's taller than me. It's probably like 7 feet tall. I will show you. I think I'm gonna shower this off with my hose also because it's kind of dirty. Just breaking off some of the dead leaves. Cool thing about doing the dead leaves outside is I can just throw them on the ground and it's whatever. There are some really fuzzy long aerial roots, which is really fun. Do I like how this looks? It's like super bare on this side. Oh. The pole's leaning pretty badly also. It's not like a huge deal if the pole leans, but kind of nice if it didn't. Okay, that's better. This looks terrible. So we really need to find a place for it. And I feel like if I throw it up here like this, it'll kind of figure its way out. I think that'll like reorient itself and it'll look good. I hope. Let me look at it. I mean, right now it looks kind of stupid. Let me flip the camera. Here it is. Definitely, there is a lot of space at the top. Oh my gosh. Why not? Like, what do I have to lose? I'm gonna leave it like this. See how she settles in. Yeah. Just gonna get a good rinse because she is dusty. Hopefully without getting my entire deck wet, but... There it is. Okay, now I'm going to let it, I think, dry off outside before I attempt to carry this inside, which will be an adventure in itself. So it hasn't been very long and the sun has shifted and now this plant is in full sun and I don't have it in like the most sunny place inside, so I'm like a little worried it is going to burn. So we're gonna attempt to carry it inside. We'll see how this goes. Okay, not terrible. Okay, so this is not normally where I keep this plant, but it's like 1 foot away from the ceiling. I feel like this might be a decent spot. So we're going to try it here and see how it does. I anticipate that like this whole mess of leaves, everything will move and it'll straighten out and look less stupid. I mean, this giant pole at the top will not look less stupid, so that's a problem. I mean, it's gonna take a long time anyway. Okay, this is where it is for now. Hello everyone, it is a new day and I have like an hour before Big Brother starts, which I don't know if any of you watch Big Brother, but it's like my 3rd or 4th season watching it. This one's been really good. I thought it was gonna be terrible, but it's been really good so far. But anyway, on my chores list is mixing up dirt because I have about a bajillion plants to repot. So that is what we are going to be doing because this is my dirt bucket and it is empty. I also feel like I owe you guys an explanation on the eucalyptus. Or not, like an update, that's the word I'm looking for. And it smells like nothing. I don't know, I read online that you are supposed to like roll it out to release the smells, the essential oils, and I didn't do that. And I also know that like the type of eucalyptus that you use can affect how smelly it is, I guess. I think maybe my issue was either the type that I used or that I didn't roll it out, but it looks really pretty. This is a good time to say that if you haven't watched my video on my potting mix, I would highly recommend watching it. You would know what I'm doing. And we're just gonna go until I either run out of orchid bark or I run out of one of the soils that I have, and we'll go from there. I also wanted to update you guys. So I think I actually have only mentioned this on my Instagram, that I am training for a half marathon. So the furthest I've gone so far is 10 miles. So I'm like pretty close, right? So it's pretty exciting. I've never been a runner, but I needed to do something that was gonna get me outside and I needed to have a reason to exercise. So what better reason than to sign up for a half marathon? So I've been enjoying training for that, but I've been really enjoying rest days. And today is a rest day, and it's great. Not only is it just nice to have a rest day, just to like rest. Also, it's been difficult. I've never exercised so consistently, like other than when I was in show choir and like drumline in high school, which I don't know if those really count. I haven't exercised that consistently since then, and it's kind of a lot of work in the sense that like you have to plan all your showers around your workouts and like doing your hair around your workouts, and so sometimes I just don't get ready because it's like, what's the point in getting ready and doing my hair just to go for a run? Look at how different the consistency, oh my gosh, of this perlite is. So this is the Miracle Grow, and as you can see, it's super fine. And then here is the Vigoro potting mix, and it is way more dusty and yet far more chunky. Like, look at the difference. But yeah, somehow way more dusty, which is weird. I think I like the Vigoro better. I don't honestly know what works better for drainage, because like that's the point of perlite, which is volcanic rock, is to add drainage into your soil mixes. And there's probably, like, I could see how the small ones could be better, potentially. I don't know. If you have the ability, I highly recommend working with plants and doing all your plant stuff outside, because I'm making a giant mess and it doesn't even matter. It's so much nicer to do it this way. I feel like I feel pretty good about this mix, which I will show you. Here it is. I would normally, you know, fill it all the way to the brim, but I ran out of orchid bark, so I'll have to, good times. Okay, my dog's looking at me like, what's happening? Okay, here's what it looks like. So pretty chunky, I think. Like, some people do really chunky potting mix, but I don't know, I think mine works well for me and the conditions that my plants are in. So I'm happy, and it doesn't take that much work to, you know, just mix my soil every so often. So I think that's all I'm gonna do for today. But I'm making some really good progress on my plant chores to-do list, which I'm really excited about. By the way, update, these windows, usually see them from the inside. I do have them, but it's taking longer than I wanted to get them installed. But soon I will have new windows. If you know about my woes when renovating my sunroom, we're so close to done. So close to done. But where was I going? Yeah, I'm gonna go watch the new episode of Big Brother, and I'll catch up with you guys another day to do some more plant chores. Hello, it has been a hot minute, but I want to do the last plant chore of this video, and it is, like I said, my least favorite plant chore. I need to clean the leaves of this fiddle leaf fig so badly. They are so disgusting. So I suppose, like, technically you're supposed to like clean from the top to the bottom. So I guess we'll start up here. This is a mixture of neem oil and peppermint castile soap. But this is so disgusting because it lives in my bedroom, which is like the dustiest place, like just generally for humans, I think. Always has been for me. And it's really important to dust off your leaves because it helps your plants photosynthesize better. It helps you not deal with pests. I am quite terrible about actually doing it. And yeah, I mean, I should really do this to quite a few of my plants. I have thought about doing, instead of a repot with me video, do like a clean leaves with me video. So let me know if it's something you would watch. Essentially, it would just be, you know, me chatting and cleaning some leaves, and maybe that would be the motivation I need to actually do it. I can't, it's been months since I've done this, and like, this is so dusty, I actually need to go get another microfiber cloth. Cloth number 2. So also, if this is something that you are planning on doing, I would very much recommend using a different cloth for every plant, which I would have to do in this case because this plant is so dusty. But the reasoning for that is because, let's say this plant had some sort of pest on it, and, you know, I'm wiping it down. You wouldn't want to go take the same cloth and wipe it on another plant and give that pest to that plant, you know? And technically, like, this is neem oil, it would probably kill the bug, but like, it's just better to be safe than sorry. I would recommend using a different one for every plant. Speaking of pests, I'm just spider mite city here. I don't know what's going on. I found spider mites in my IKEA cabinet again, but this time on a philodendron. I can't remember what it's called. I sprayed that down and I haven't seen them come back, so that's been good. Like, I sprayed it down pretty regularly, you know, a couple times a week for a couple weeks or something like that. And, you know, that was all good. And then today I noticed spider mites on my Caladium lindenii, or Xanthosoma lindenii, I don't know what it's called. But I sprayed that down today, and then I noticed spider mites on my Ficus Audrey. You know, it's not fun, but they haven't been too terrible to get rid of. At least it's not thrips. Although I think I would react much better to thrips if I got them again. Last year, thrips were my first plant pest ever. And I got them last year around this time. Actually, I think it might have been a little later. I'm not sure, but yeah, they were my first plant pest ever. Absolutely freaked out. You know, went into research mode to try and find the optimal way to kill them dead. Did that, and it wasn't really a problem. Only lost like one plant, which to spider mites, I've lost 2, but it was really just like me being like, this plant isn't worth it to save. So Probably could have saved it, but this looks so much better. And maybe this is the motivation I need to like clean more plants. I should really do this more often because it's a pretty plant when it's not covered in dust. But I have been filming this plant chores video for so long, so I'm gonna close it out now. If you watched this entire thing, thank you so much for watching. And if you enjoy this type of video, please let me know in the comments because these are really fun to make. I love making them and I can definitely make some more. And I hope to see you in the next one. Bye!